Hello, boys and girls. It's me, Koyoshi here, welcoming you back to my 100% playthrough of Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition for Nintendo Switch, where in the last video, as you saw clearly, we left off doing challenge build yet again. Surprise, surprise. Not surprising at all. It's the same mode over and over again. I'm not exhausted, I'm more or less annoyed that because each of these is technically its own score and like you can have as high as an A rank. Like if you want to truly beat the game, you have to play all the challenge builds with all the characters and A rank them. It's just so awkward. I assure you, if I probably did like Dynasty Warriors, it wouldn't be nearly as bad. In fact, I'll probably only play each side one time if that's the case. No need to play the game with every single character. That seems a little tedious, don't you think? Maybe trying the game out once with each character could be interesting, but that's probably about it. Thankfully, our game is much faster than this, so I never will be. But so that's mostly because this game has a lot more content, which I guess makes it better. I will say, I looked at the series, and when many people compared this to Dynasty Warriors, except for specific exceptions, many people preferred this game over the series, because sometimes it had some really hard moments, whereas this one was more suited for beginners and seemed nearly as bad. I haven't seen what the new Hyrule Warriors game will be like, or not outing yet, but I think so far that might be good. Also, I blinked and missed it for only a few minutes, and wow, we're already on to the second wave. Tingle might actually be a really fast speedrun character. To be fair, he's really fast when it comes to just AoE in general. So, no wonder why he's able to get so many troops on his own. Just using this one move is getting us a lot of traps. The only thing we need to do now is worry about making sure we actually have the 60 or else it'll be really tough to do. Okay, I'm gonna have to use two specials here. I pretty much botched that entirely. So yeah, this is where it's gonna be really hard. Can't even lower kill him despite all the stuff we can do. You're wondering what I'm trying to do? This move, but shorter. That's why I sometimes go too fast. Oh wow, 7-10, nice. Now we're gonna be very lucky. That's clearly what's gonna happen here. Alright, well, I can't be wasting too much more time. We do need at least some, so we're gonna have to use this. Okay, I think that was a good time for that to pump up. For a little bit, just use this on new for getting as many things done as we can. Oh wow, I literally got interrupted out of the because he got smashed. It's just skipping to see if the Tingle is that or tough. Apparently. That's what we found out. Alright. It's away a bit from you and come around me. Try doing something different. I just realized that alone is already taking out a large number of troops. So we might be fairly far. To be fair, some of the Raider troops do respawn slightly. I didn't get the specific combo I wanted. Even though we got the rupees to appear, it did not take them out the way I wanted it to. Now it's just spawns, man. I don't respect it. Okay. I think we want to be right here. Of course he jumps right away. I'm just gonna do this one. Back down. She goes back down there. Perfect. Maybe going here was better. We got a lot more. Okay, we have to go pretty far out of the way, but honestly, it's worth it. Fine and all. Do this. About the time I was expecting. We're really just taking Goma out of our face, and then we'll take out Now we don't want to use any specials. We may actually want to go a bit slower, because Durania's have to take a long time otherwise. For those of you who don't know, we have to wait for all animations. Tingle defeated this over and over again until we move on. When there's 4 enemies, it takes a pretty long time to go through them all one by one. So for that reason, we'll delay using the special, because the special actually freezes animations. Funnily, oh wow, we got the ruby, so instantly faster. That was unexpected. That is all up, by the way. It's random whether or not he actually gives you rupees whenever he's using his special move, so. Because we did that, it ended up going so fast. It's unbelievable. Alright. Let's try to do the trick. Okay, we got that about the way we wanted. Okay, that was really fast. Yeah, I think Tingle might have a good speed attack. If it not been for that, we would have probably gone even faster. Honestly, we probably should have been using magic more. This captain's still here, by the way. He survived all of this because we happened to help him out and also take out so fast. He didn't have a chance to retreat. 6 minutes. We got a 6-minute flat time with Tingle. That fast. Alright. This was at least a decently fast run time. I just realized the giant fesses are gonna make it probably slower than most. But it does feel faster in some cases. Alright, if I want to really make this go fast though, we need to cut out the animation times a bit. As fun as the sessions are, they are pretty long. We might be better off just using different combo instead. So we'll try that out for this battle. I just used it at first because I was waiting for good kills anyway. So yeah, I think this has the most kills. Use it right about here. We're gonna do optimization here. Because I don't want to use too many, so probably no more than 1 per. So that's another way you can defeat bosses, which is basically identical to the other strategies you would do. Just do a few basic attacks, switch, do a few basic attacks, switch. Of course, this is better when you have a lot of enemies nearby, because there already are so many. You can just manage them very quickly, usually. That just so that we wouldn't get the message to pop up at a weird time again. If you're wondering why we do this, is because it's very important to do this in this particular way. one thing that was somehow this didn't take any attacks, even though it was right next to it. Made no sense whatsoever. It's weird, I guess. Sometimes weird things happen, I guess. If this game does actually get a Switch 2 release out, I know it probably won't change much, but if they somehow do change that, maybe the extra graphics will allow even more enemies to say make the run even more faster, because then there'd be even more enemies on this game. It's still a good game. Well, don't get me wrong, it's not as good as it could be. That worked just as well as I expected. Surprisingly, Prison was a little easier than the other bosses, despite being more tankier usually. Alright. This guy out of the way early. Use this while we're waiting for the troops to appear, and we'll just use this right on top of them, why not? So now we're trading on animations for using a bunch of chicken stats. In case you haven't noticed, by the way, I guess I could not understate, like, if you're struggling with this game, getting A ranks, specifically in hills, fairy magic is really broken. It just does so many things from, I have one thing that lowers the enemy's defense, but on top of it, it's also just really useful for every attack. It just saves so much time. Albeit at the cost of some occasional time, because messages cannot spawn in while we're using this. It's a bit annoying. Okay, actually, I could probably get this. Spam this. This is probably the smartest way of doing this. So we're gonna AoE for a bit. Let's see if we can get this way. I hit that guy pretty much with a float now. Yeah, I think we have enough now. Let's keep Sheik pretty early so we can eventually oh wait, yeah, that's right. It's not a voice line. I need to keep telling myself because there's no spoken voice lines in this game, like some other games we've played. Okay, I'm gonna do this the easy way, which is just surprisingly I directed the attack I actually wanted to do. That's somewhere right. Okay, so I think if I could interrupt this in the middle of its animation, that's probably an easier way of taking them out, even if we have to use it twice. Enemy. How's the enemy already move so close to me? Keep in mind, that's manhandling, one of the slowest bosses in terms of them moving around, and they already are somehow at pace already. Alright, well, let's just see what happens. I'll go right up and see. Right, now he's taking longer. I'm pretty sure I did anti-rust. Maybe I didn't, I don't know. I wouldn't mind skipping it on this battle anyways, because it already doesn't really save that much time, and these enemies we're facing here take about the same amount of time anyway. We have just in the nick of time. Help just us in just yeah, okay, I don't think I used this. looks different. Oh wow, that was later because that was joining in. I'm just gonna say this. Let's try a special fountain strat. Perfect timing. They both revealed their weak see how this works out enough. Does he move slightly? I don't know. Good. We took them both out just the way we wanted it to be. Okay. I'm done. Time to head home. Oh, that reminds me, I need to do one more thing. Show off the victory animation, that is. That looks really good with the pink Tingle, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, that's done. Just need to move on to the other two battles. If I did mess it, honestly, it's not a big deal. It doesn't waste that much time anyway. I do need to make sure I remember it for the next battles. Keep moving to the run as well. So easy to accidentally press the button and move to the next character when you don't want to. It's easy to fix though. By the way, a lot of people forget you can just play Ocarina when you're mashing other stuff other than the buttons that you need to move on to the menu. You only get that during loading screens too, which is kind of funny. Alright, well now we definitely have anti-boss formula. Yeah, like we did last time. Honestly, it might be worth it to not do it for the next two battles, since they're already pretty fast, and you wouldn't be saving much time on them. That would be the next main I'd get rid of, but again, the giant bosses are pretty slow initially. There ain't enough that those battles it works. Did this just in time before magic weared off. Wanting to live for you, not the other thing. It's honestly the most annoying when they get in the air, because if you have a specific strategy, you pretty much just have to attack them anyway. Okay, still took him out. Perfect. I'll make this right away. Trying to time this magic makes enemy set the second time. Except it didn't work. Whoa, why did that pull me all the way over there? Never knew that Zack could even do a thing like that. He does right through my excision this time. Oh, no, he didn't. For one, at least. Okay. I want to wait for this animation to play out. this part for a while without this. That's fine, it's a Manlandla, we can just take it out with the explosion, except he got out of it before I could even do anything. No you don't, you're not gonna run around now, mister. Okay, well that led to an overkill at least, so I guess that kind of balanced out in our favor. You didn't have to see him, at least. I mean, or see us smash him. I'm just gonna call that weak point sash just squamish, because to be honest, it does feel like you're kind of smashing him a bit. Don't you agree, guys? Alright. Now from here, I want to try and use magic on this specific part. I just realized something. If I can set up the thing right, I should have pulled him down whenever I see him in the air. He can be quickly fumbled again. So in a way, the hook shot, even if not used the right time, is very useful in season specifically because they will really like to go up into the air. And it's also their weakness anyway, so you can take okay, there's a lot of enemies nearby. Let's do this. Perfect. We got 1,000 enemies exactly at about the time we wanted. And it didn't even survive. Jeez, I can't say. Did not give us dialogue there, so didn't matter. Now we're just gonna use this every few minutes or so. Okay, you know what? Wait, there's two of them. We should be using. It's fine. So against one, we want to just do bomb. Go ahead and one time, we just want to bomb them until they're gone. Alright, I think the last enemy is over here. Oh, but before that, I guess we're taking out our jump first because he spawned right in the face again. These are going to trigger you out where you have to use two specials. The good news is there's not as many normal bosses this time, so then we can just take out as fast as we can. There we go. Nice. I just realized if you want a consistent setup with making sure dialogue doesn't appear after you defeat opponents, you need to make sure a giant boss is the one you defeat first, because your character will never see a voice line when defeating it that way. Dude, he almost tried to cheat again. So he's still doing an attack even after I already killed him, basically. Save as a zinger for just a split second for some reason. Weird. For some weird reason. For a split second. That was very fast. Oh. But somehow I did not take him out right away. He must have been at 1 HP or something. That must have been really frustrating. Actually, gearing him so far away, so you cannot take him out necessarily right away. I want to try and take him out first if we can, though. I mostly just did damage to the other team, so I'm waiting to fear. Yeah, that worked. About the way I wanted it to. Oh wow, we actually got the fast animation too. Alright. Just need to hurry up and take out Dark Sand right away. He blocked the attack so he didn't take any damage. Yeah, like ready for that. Yeah, we want to finish with a giant boss so we can have all the animations play out together. Able to attack him even while he gets fired directly. Okay, it looks like just doing the bomb choice is the way to go against those bosses. Animation may appear longer, it's still faster overall to do it that way. So I think Tia will have definitely a pretty good spear at the very least. Just thanks to how fast we can take out the dark bosses. We is with taking out those. So it kind of balances out. You have slower specific fights, but everything else goes really fast. Jump, perfect. Yeah, 7 jumps is really bad. We just made it over 2,000, but the clock didn't trigger, so we're gonna probably have it trigger later. Oh, great. Oh wait, we have, yeah, we need to interrupt him. I forgot that we can use, I sometimes forget we can use Extreme Crush to interrupt Ganon early. The reason why we want to do that is because his tail attack, the Arjot-like attack he has, basically, say that he uses a hook shot just like Arjot to break his weak point. Well, that's the slowest attack you can do because even if you kill him, you have to wait like 3 minutes or so for him to like finish the attack or something like that. Seems like a long time, like almost a full minute. If you don't do that, then he just takes forever to the He's one of the only bosses that does that. So we use Extreme Crush to interrupt him. Even though we cannot actually knock him down, we will use it anyways because it makes him do something else that hopefully is a lot faster and thus a lot safer. Even if it appears to waste our time. I'm gonna check my steering time now versus the others. I keep doing that a lot, but like, it's nice to know. Hey, she keep might be a little bit slower, yes, actually, but it just feels fast in some scenarios. It's kind of a weird. Tingle's kind of a weird character. He's slow in certain parts, but fast in others, so it's hard to think he's at least a decent character, all things considered. Definitely better than the other characters that we played that were really terrible. You'll probably want to look at the other videos for that. You'll know exactly what I mean. At the very least, this final battle should hopefully not take too long. Tingle, we can just probably spam the AoE to get through it, so we might just do that. Already cheating. Hey, I see you, Mr. Dead. Since you don't know why they're cheating, normally an opponent's not supposed to do an attack right away preemptively. any fame, but, yeah, the Redeads, they cheat. They can just do that whenever they want. They don't care. They can just anytime. They don't care. Again while we're still here, because we want Chick to be in the middle for the most part. Okay, well at least we can evade the attack when we're already in the air. That's good to know. Theoretically, Tingle should be one of the best taking out simply because he has the best AoE in the whole game. I think that our Redead blocked the attack. That's probably why it didn't take as much damage as I was assuming. Okay, we want to take out you two first. Dealing together if we can. Okay, almost took him out. Since there's a lot of enemies in this battle, it's probably smart to use this at least a couple of times to make sure they stay away. Do this the safe range. Taking him out, or out otherwise. That was still pretty fast first man, I think. It's here we need to go. Right. Something else I also need to learn, by the way, a little bit more. Is how to preemptively cast an attack so we can catch an enemy right before they spawn. As you can see, if done correctly, I can be just as cheap as the Redead, and I mean it. Like, if you know when to time certain attacks, you can catch enemies right as they're spawning in. Let's be honest, the bigger characters way wrong. Half of the time anyway. Set classes are on kind of letting plants. Until you know how to exploit their weak points, then it's pretty easy usually. I know it may seem scary, but I found out we do not need 6-pay, nor do we need 3-pay apparently. It seems to work just fine, so we're just using magic as we go along in the spots we think it's good. How did I evade that? I thought I would actually get sued somehow. Alright, so thanks to that AoE, these first two waves go by very quickly. Faster than any other time we've done it. I'm just gonna run this easier. Yeah, we want to defeat the regular captains first. If we don't, then we got animation potentially, because sometimes the main will use this. I'm gonna go up in the air real quick. Behind me. Okay, you're gonna be right in my face, you know. I'm gonna no choice but to take you out first then. Wow, that was perfect timing somehow. We did that as a, that was timed literally on the frame Team the Dougal was about to fall down. That could have been any more perfect. I think Tail might honestly have the advantage here simply because that adds so much good AoE that just spamming the same move over and over again works. We get that pretty fast too, so we can keep attacking them. Just use our basic attacks there since we're already close. Yeah, we'll use this one more time because we have so many troops here already. The way I've been using them so far, we've got good 400 plus troops every time we use that move. Wow, that was bad. Okay, that was a little bit earlier than I wanted to here, but I didn't seem to waste much time. Alright, and we know by now that Gamon's really dangerous in this part, so you want to take out first. You know, they have like a magic supply and everything, it's easier to take out because he's just run otherwise. That was a really good interruption. Right on top of it. I'll at least get the Lennis to split eventually. But after that, we might actually take them for a ride for a bit. So we get at least some of those both sides to appear, but we want to ultimately defeat straight up, because that'll weaken them. Alright, now let's do the usual. He'll lead them down all at once. Yeah, it'll seem bad, we're taking them all out. Now we can just use the free time to do whatever we want. Okay, good. But just as fast as I expected anyway. We took out Guma at least pretty quickly. Just in time, and we interrupted him too. Oh, was a mute. I think I did clearly get hit by that, but I was immune to it while I'm in the air. So for once, something has an ability, sort of, from speed that's due to immobilize. Not very many can actually do that normally. Go. And we'll use magic right here. Honestly, probably the worst attack is not the move where they do it around themselves. It's when they do the mobilize from very far away that it gets really bad. Also have a really good special counter, so it's still pretty good to defeat them even if we get stunned a bit. We'll just take you out right now. You get there, our drop. Up there, enemies. I want to save the down a little bit until the very end if we can. That's nice to know. There we go. Get the animation started so that we get dialogue that doesn't waste time. Okay, well it didn't matter in the end. Take him out with his own medicine, clearly. forever. Bomb. Okay, just one more to go. We may have to. We just use this preemptively. Yeah, why not? Doesn't really waste any time. I'm doing this just so we can just re-dead right away. I'm trying to head more towards Gyarados and Lana as well. Yeah, it's fine. See, if you know to stay away from them, it's that bad. Made me live out of there. So I attempt to defeat that enemy as well. Now we get so many troops here, we can just do this again. I apparently have impressed the Tingle can impress the I think that's a good thing. Gotta get rid of our trap first. Annoying. So if we use the bomb attack, we can also take out the counter's power and do that. So that's probably the safest plan. Just AoE down everything together as a group. That's a good idea. Except Arja runs away. Okay, we still take it. So this time around, Ardrock was the one who got cheesed. You didn't know it yet, but I had the power of range on my side. No, you don't, Angela. Too fast for you. You can't get me with that stupid move. You know it. Even you should know it by now. Okay, almost got hit there. Close call. Okay, I'm gonna just use this for safety. It's not necessary, but we can do it anyway. Well, if you're not gonna see me, then that's gonna be a pretty easy battle. Just grab this in case we can get anything we do. Alright, so we're just about 5k now, getting into the last wave. Should be fine. Ganon, I believe, is here, so we'll do this first. Honestly, come to think of it, unless we're trying to... Basically, it doesn't really matter what attack we do. Since he always is going to be our first target anyway, it's not going to matter in the long run. Because eventually, hopefully, he'll say that he's defeated anyway. All it does is make it annoying. He does that as his first attack. Because it's really hard to minimum basic attacks when he's doing that. Then using your spells full time. By the way, don't worry about the damage taken. Remember, you can take as much damage as you want in these battles. As long as you don't actually die and game over, you will still get the rank, no problem. It's exclusive to survival battles. Every other one you have to avoid taking damage. Server-wise specifically noted. So that was fast. That was really fast, in fact. Yeah, that was like that was sub 14. Wow, that was a really good time. In a battle where before the loop we took 18 minutes to do this by a battle, now that we're consistently giving 13s, it's really nice. So Tingle is like the second or third fastest time now. He now has the second fastest time, being unlinked by quite a bit there, actually. Interesting. So he's really good for certain speeches, but otherwise, kind of mixed character. He's not good, but he's not bad either. Well, as you might have noticed, we are now done with his challenge mode. So we did Tingle's Battle and Boss Challenge, A rank, and oh boy, we get to play as the cute girl herself, Linkle. She's our next character we must play as in this challenge mode. So, see you guys next video for Linkle's challenge mode. And, of course, leave a like if you enjoyed this video, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!